What am I? Oh, I'm the digital devil messiah. I'll play this. I'm not reading any chat. I'm conversing with the communion of witches. I'm a Blightmare. Cliff. Oh no, this is on the wrong screen. That's the problem. Okay. Now I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to take this TV off. Oh, that's so much better. Strangulate me. I like this one. It's purple. Nice and royal. Seems like eternity is being stolen. Wait a minute. Let me turn this junk off. That music sucks. Oh, it's because this is on. Wow. Hold on. Let me let the game turn off. Ah. Yeah, resolve the crisis. Hold on, I need to go down. Wow, there. Now it's great. Take it easy. And still, only about 25 seconds have passed. Wow, look at that. I'm getting better at my time management. I'm paying attention to it. But stop thinking about all the stories. Because I don't care. Everyone knows what's about to happen, so it's not my problem. Oh, a bat was there. What? All these bats? I'm getting consumed by bats. But actually, that's a lie. Bats are just annoying. Oh, I could have got more. I'm stupid. I got some bombs. Oh, slip. Anyways, what was I talking about? I just forgot. I keep forgetting more and more lately. I don't know why. Wish I knew. That black cat in my mind. I don't know where it came from. But it keeps helping me forget things. By reminding me the truth is about to be revealed. I don't even know what that means, but it makes me feel good. It's just a matter of days now. And I don't know why I said that. I think it was the black cat. I can't tell anymore. Is the black cat even real? I can't confirm or deny it. It definitely feels real. When I'm not paying attention, my body just starts acting like a cat. I don't know. If I'm like really enraged, I just become a cat, and that's like the only thing that's really I've majorly noticed besides the psychic mind power. It's the fact that I have like minor. No, that's not it. I have lesser curses. Yeah, now I'm remembering. Okay, enough thinking for now. This is turkey stage. I'm good to go. It has its ups and downs. Ups are, I have vivid, perfect 3D cartoon realizations of anything and everything when I need it. Wow, you gotta say to yourself, what's the downside? What's the downside of having perfect cartoon visions that you can see and then replicate easily? That means other people have it who know how to interact with other people's minds with images using computer electronics, because they force that upon others without consent. Or people could be consenting to those god powers, but they aren't aware of how much your rights can be taken from you in the, what am I gonna call it? Call it something. The spirit verse, yes. That sounds hokey enough. So the spirit verse, you have basically no rights. You can, what you have to do is you gotta put up defenses. If you don't put up defenses, your rights are treaded upon, trespassed upon. And it's very difficult unless you have high intellect power. See, I made a dumb intellect decision. And I actually managed to pass a dexterity check because there's something wrong. I got caught in a loop because the way out was over here. What? It wasn't? What? There's no door. Help me. The door's here. I'm stupid. So anyways, what was I talking about? Sometimes it feels amazing. My art is just getting off the hook. I just tested like a handful of drawings that took me only like a couple hours to draw and animate, and it's knocking out the park. As soon as I work on a project for like 2 weeks, it's going to be astounding. Every single thing is going to be fresh, interesting, unique, and constantly shifting in ways that make sense. I'm just feel blessed in that regard. This is something I never expected to have, and I never thought could happen. But the cost of that is, I have very difficult times having my own privacy. It's not intrusive thoughts either. I thought about that. In fact, I thought about that a lot. Intrusive thoughts. Oh, okay. Actually, now I understand what intrusive thoughts are. Okay, it means people actually intruding in your mind, not just a negative thought. Negative thoughts are just really bad what if. So they made a bad distinction. Intrusive thoughts is when they put images in your head and sounds and ideas with machines. So there's a difference there. That's much harder to deal with because sometimes I see them come in, I can't stop them. Before I got tricked into anger, rage, frustration, all the emotions. Okay, so I got tricked into those, but now I'm so numb to it that because then they can't create the stories in my mind, and I have much easier time forgetting it. So I passed those walls because there's even more walls of fucked up. These people are beyond screwed because they're also infernal. That's like in-game there. They just need like one slight misdose and it's over. So they have reached my level of power with that absolute nonsense. Well, kind of worth it. You get it right. Oh. Okay, what was I talking about? I forgot. Anyway, psychic powers. Let me talk about the positives. When guidance makes sense, there's like no chance of me being harmed. I get a lot of ideas for what to do in a daily day. Well, not. I mean, I get a lot of good ideas on how to manage my daily life based on my income level. Also, to keep myself in check. It can be quite difficult, but once I've learned that self-esteem back, then it starts to work a lot better in my favor. So that's good when you have like helpful guidance that's not intrusive thought. So what do I call those? No, I'm thinking about the obvious terms. Those are too weird. That is one. Whoa, almost doomed. Oh, looks like he got comboed into a bomb. Okay, what else? I forgot. Hold on. Let me contact my oracle. Oh, that's what I'll call them. My black cat oracle. See, that's much nicer. They don't have to seem like my pet. I don't need to take care of pets. And I'm no pet myself, and they know that. That's why I'm in a palace. Fit for a queen. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Wait, where am I? I'm definitely being credited upon. They're recording my stuff. They're also selling logs on Yahoo. Well, I know that. That's just how pathetic they are. If they want to buy that, see, as we speak right now, I'm getting credited upon with images that are not possible. What I mean is, this is images implanted upon me through interference of others. So people are directly contacting me with their abusive forms. And then they're trying to get me to respond to it. I'm not going to name names. If you're at any kind of level with knowing how to deal with these monsters, then you know what they look like, how they sound, what they do. Because they all start to meld together because they're IRL shapeshifters. Oh no, I'm already trying to forget, but honestly, I'm not gonna forget about shapeshifters. That's never gonna happen, no matter how much you say I'm crazy. There's fucking little shapeshifters out there, and they're on so much drug. Let's see, which was the worst one? It was definitely the one guy who tries to take credit for every meme. Oh, I almost should have escaped that. Okay. That guy, you know who he is, the really tall guy. He is just, he's like ready to go into fentanyl hell. Yes, the really tall one, you know him. I think he's just staring at her already because he keeps talking about it every day, about how much he just wants the pain to end. And let's be honest, he's in constant suffering, talking about suicide every day, not only in logs, but in people's minds. So at that point, they're just going to continue bugging people, corrupting thoughts, and putting harmful imagery and thoughts into, what would I say? The council, I call it a cabal, but they don't want me to call it cabal, that's too masculine. Communion seems nice, but it's more like a covenant. Yeah, that's it. So it's the witch's covenant. Anyways, I'm talking with the covenant. They don't want me to call it a cabal. I'm like, whatever, who cares? Yeah, the tall ones, you gotta go. Yeah, they know. What predominant issues do I see in Apple? They like to stalk around with different narratives with people. Especially the ones that are on way too many drugs having sex with each other. So those are the plagued ones. The plagued ones, they are the ones that people cannot be allowed in any circle around anyone, anytime. But the problem is they're consistently looking for a new high because they're dying. So, well, that was dumb of me. So that's a definite prophecy. Turn this down. Yes. So that's where it starts off with people are plagued. Let's be honest. They can't be alive. So they can't be alive. They're unreal. So yeah, okay, that's what's happening is they're lying about. Yeah, and then they don't do blood yeah, I know. Thanks for the reminder. Let me focus. What am I doing? Yes, it's try to always, but then you reach the level of rich. So that's just the level of trickery, which is why I said nobody can touch me. They can only look. And I'm barely gonna allow that ever. In fact, probably not very much, except for the people who know me. And it's damn near impossible to know me. I've made that clear. I'm in a guarded place. I'm gonna be honest, this place is pretty damn guarded. My room alone is on a 3rd floor. With 3 locks. I got one lock that pretty much works, the 2nd lock, which is unnecessary but always works, and then the 3rd lock, which means I can find me time to jump out the window or go and ask for help or something. Because the cops will never arrive in time. So this is a pretty safe place, but it's also very difficult to get up here without getting shot. So that's 2 is the other thing. It's a long place where they have to either travel with the rocks or go down the long way. And by the time they get to the front of it, their head is exploded. That's happened like 3 times already. I was in a different compound with what's-his-face. And at that point, about 2 people got shot and killed because they got tricked. Why did they get tricked? Here's my guess. Alright, I'm going to get into guesses. Some of this is real, some of this is me guessing hyperbole. But the actual answer is probably one thing I'm going to guess. So that's the difficulty people have with me, is I'm making a lot of hot guesses that are close to the truth, but I don't quite hit the nail on the head. But only the people understand what I'm saying, so I'm not goofing about, I'm actually prophesizing. Anyways, so what I'm going to change is, I'm going to say guess, instead of saying for certain on things. If I say certain on things, that means I most certainly believe it. And I believe a lot of the shit I had to deal with. It's going to be fun times for people with more than 5 brain cells. So my guess is... Uh-oh. I'm running out of time. Shit! You know what? Oh my god. Let me think elsewhere. What time is it? 19 minutes of recording. So anyways. Was I supposed to be feminine? I forgot. Oh wait, that's already true. Wait, I'm confused. Oh wait, I was getting on to something. I forgot. Oh, okay, my guess. So they have connections to certain people. They knew certain people would respond to my Twitter post that live nearby. They wanted to get rid of some of the people who want to hurt or rape me, that weren't within the people close to me who are already doing it, that now are being dealt with or gone. So it was all just a different hierarchy of how much people can exploit me. I believe because I heard 2 gunshots. The thing is, some things could be fake, like gunshot from. It depends on the distance, so I'm listening to the distance. So I think one of them was certain, and then they made a scene about it. But they've also fucked up the scenes as like the gas station by painting them off. Yeah, that one I believe had what's his face there, the tall one. That was when they spilt gasoline in the store to get me, when I was in an upper state of mood on my high horse, to get me to say different things. But that really just made me, it added like a drop of craze to the mix and it annoyed me. That's all that did. Anyways, I just don't buy the shit that was happening to me because it was too coincidental and too exactly there. So that's what led to the loop. Okay, so that was the solution loop, led to the mystery loop. But all that resulted in was me being controlled into breaking into an apartment. But then they covered that up. Then that whole scene with the it basically starts to fall apart because they're paying off the police. They paid off the police every goddamn time, including taking me to a mental ward on a fake warrant. The cop even admitted to me. And that mental ward, of course, had a lot of nasty folks there just dancing around me. They were basically doing a LARP session. They kept changing wigs, they kept changing stories, and they kept having these weird conversations with people they didn't know, like they knew them. So, yes. Oh, there's way more weird shit. I think much of it's just bunk to distract me or to focus on other things. But it's like the too much of a ridiculous scenario that's gotten planted on. But definitely is what I had to go through, is what I have to deal with. Yeah, so the whole thing was a complete damn setup. Cops put me in there, it took my blood, it took a lot of my blood. Probably to sell it, I don't fucking know. But then I got put in the situation with the 2 shapeshifter creeps. Then they put the place where you go to have a conversation about, yes, I'm not crazy, I'm just having I'm just being controlled by a cult in order to say things. So that's what I did, and that's why I had to stay an additional 2 days. Because the cult controls everything in the area based on the money they got. But that only works based on the money, though. So I get pulled in a bunch of different narratives. The one guy, the really tall guy, he starts entering a demonic ritual. He's beating his fucking head in. He's sitting there doing, I think it was African chants, but I don't want to be racist. So he was doing a gospel-like prayer. And he was getting louder. It was like a beating march. At that point, he let all the demons out, and they were controlling his body. They were going to kill him, so they had to get the cops to stop him from killing himself. Because he was hitting himself in the head really hard. He was about to slam himself on the ground, and that would have just scrambled him. So, but at that point, he got drugged up, then the cops said something snide to him, and then he was like, watch your tongue around me. So he was some kind of, like, higher level demon possessing a rich person. Yeah, he just tries to fuck with minds. He was talking about, like, redhead women having sex with lots of ecstasy. So, yeah, I got planted with a bunch of stories based on the group. But I also saw a lot of terrible images, too. This was all put on me, and then they start to dance around the subject matter and lie. But I definitely saw child abuse. I saw animal abuse. And I did not ask for it. It was just thrown at me in random servers I was going to. Then they booted me from them. So that's how they control the groups, based on people who are aware. Also, my social media is mostly restricted, but it seems like there's a constant war on that battle behind the scenes. So what you see is what you see. If you don't see it, then I don't know what to say. But what else is there to say? Yes, I got put in room 606. At that point, I was fucking over it. I was just so fucking tired of this. Because they asked me what my favorite number was out of like 2 numbers, 606 and 616. So I picked the one that wasn't my friend's birthday. Because my friend was basically manipulating me, recording me catch him, and then he would lie. And he constantly like take his clothes off or come up with some stupid narrative to distract me, and then he left me alone when I was obviously having a crisis of sorts. Then he just pulled on a narrative. The whole fucking thing was designed to get me to be alone. And then they started to like fuck with my environment with different sounds. Then I would get different messages from different people that pinged me. So that was all a complete setup scene. This is part of the brainwashing routine that I was completely aware of. So when I started to point out things, that was things I felt that were happening. For example, when I said there was like, I insisted there was a smell of blood, my nostrils got weirded. I smelled like really strong vinegar, and then I had the implanted voices started to say there was blood, and they were like chopping up people downstairs. So yeah, basically it was whatever I was getting strong sensed. I was getting strong sensed about these ideas that had never come into my thoughts before, because of the images. So it starts with the images, then the strong, yeah, it starts to topple down. At that point, I was still completely grounded in reality with common sense. And I still could only laugh at it, but at a certain point I got tired and gave up. At that point, I just started getting into fights online. That's where they tricked me. And with that last rug pull, which showed the abuse, I think almost every person that at least has a little bit of heart saw what I have to deal with every fucking day of my life. They finally just let it all go. And nobody had a damn thing to say about it because they couldn't. Because they've always known about it. It's all controlled groups. But the thing is, people within the control groups can still take action that leads to change. Like even a small action leads to a bigger person making a change to a bigger person. So it's a chain of command effect, which is what I'm trying to get across. So we've already seen the absolute damnation, but I cannot figure out who's who in that regard because of the different things. And all I know is that's illicit, and those are crimes. So crimes got committed that will lead to people either going to prison or dying. And honestly, that's not my problem. That got pushed onto me because I'm a pretty clear individual. Besides the shit I had to deal with that everyone has to know about, my only request was that the people who've abused me in the past have to just fucking disappear. Because I'm tired of them floating back up. And they're literal pedophiles. They're animal abusers, and they give them so much power and control. They know that it's just going to continue getting the artists to comply to their bullshit. They just keep putting on a new altar, a new ego, and it's just, honestly, it's time. They've gotten away with murder. They've gotten away with animal abuse. They've gotten away with molesting children. And everyone goddamn well knows this. I don't need to post this on the What's It site. They'll figure this out goddamn quickly, but soon people are about to be disappeared. And some of them are going to get replaced by AI or death puppets, and you won't know. Because they don't post their face, all they have are auto properties. This has to happen because they're too much of a threat to our society, and it's easy to get rid of them. They're easy, weak prey. And we had to get rid of the easy, weak prey that tread on our territories without consent. Once they are gone, then we have exactly what we need to create our society of peace. But the troublemakers are now about to go. That is the truth. And some of them are going to kill themselves. Some of them are going to rat each other out. Then they're going to start killing each other. Then, what else? All the lambs should be under protections. We have plenty of guarded compounds before they start dying. It's going to be unknown which kings. The artist is the easy one to place, you know. The really big one, of course, he's never going to show his face in public again. We can still dangle his puppet around, but once he's out of the picture, he's out of the picture for good. Then, sorry, I'm not speaking now, this is the entire coven speaking through me. And the final proclamation before this end of our semester is, I hope you all have fun figuring out who is going to die soon. But, it is known for certain that the true lamb shall remain consistently free of this hate. We're going to be reducing the amount of hate, destruction, pain, suffering within our communities. We need our best new efforts because we can't just rely on one or two artists, musicians, and game makers carrying all the weight when we have so many other messiahs in the waiting that need just a little bit of guidance. So we had to make sure before they reach our level of psychic power and magic understanding that they are safe, that the realms of their minds are safe from these corrupted images. As unlawfully imposed upon by criminals that are about to disappear forever. In no way can they ever interact with our circles again once the original is dealt with and gone. Maybe even sleeping with the fishes, if they're lucky.